I keep hearing, you blame Trump for everything. Bomb. You got Trump derangement syndrome, man. It ain't his fault.
Do you have fits of rage? Yelling things like libtard, deep state, or constitution that you've never read? Do you quote Hitler or the Bible that you've also never read? Do you hate immigrants when your parents are actual immigrants? Then you may be suffering from TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. Side effects include following cult leaders blindly, taking women's rights, banning books and calling it freedom, or hating Joe Biden, then taking credit for things Joe Biden did. Ask your doctor about Trump Derangement Syndrome. TDS has been shown to flare up in red states and cause inflammation in Donald Trump merchandise. And JFK is not coming back from the dead.
Right, and the guy holding the flamethrower didn't burn the house down. It's a coincidence. You're right. It's not all Trump's fault. Israel and Gaza, that's between Yahweh and Allah. COVID, nope, not Trump's fault. That he did nothing about it and said it would go away like a miracle?
It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
Absolutely 100% his fault. Did anyone try to clean their lungs with disinfectant? Why not? Your guy is so smart.
Disinfectant by injection, almost a cleaning.
But I keep hearing, Trump's not responsible for the division in America. Yeah, he is. From his first speech, where he called our Mexican neighbors to the south murderers, thugs, and rapists, from kicking trans people out of the military with a tweet, to calling African countries shitholes and soldiers that died for America suckers and losers. He's responsible. He actually said he'd make America great again. But this was after we'd already elected our first African-American president, who is by far one of the best presidents in my lifetime. Obama got us health care. No one could do that. And by the way, Republicans in Congress think it's so bad, they all have it. He fixed the Great Recession, saved GM and Chrysler, and pulled us out of a horror of a time. Minority unemployment under Obama went from 16.8% to 7% at the end of Obama's term. Unemployment was 4.7%. B-Rock added 11.5 million jobs. Look it up. Obama kicked ass, so it wasn't the black guy's fault that we in America are divided. When Trump took over, he was handed a 4.7% unemployment rate and a 6.8% minority unemployment rate. When he left, he lost us 2.9 million jobs. The unemployment rate was 6.7%. Growth was a negative 3%. The trade deficit increased by 40%, and he added $7 trillion to the deficit by cutting taxes for billionaires.
I love the poorly educated.
He then lost us 154,000 manufacturing jobs, and the consumer price index went up 8%. He blames the pandemic. It wasn't my fault. It was China. How could I know that China was going to do what China did?
China all the time.
Well, Obama handled his crisis, and Bush handled 9/11 and got us into a 14-year war against people that didn't attack us. But why quibble? Trump divided us. He wanted the complete shutdown of Muslims to America. He took kids away from their parents and put them in camps. He withdrew us from the Paris Climate Accords. And since then, we've had the hottest years in the history of history. He told racists and white supremacists to stand down and stand by. He then sent a mob to kill Nancy Pelosi and the vice president on January 6th. And don't forget, January 6th was planned. These traitors had merch that said Civil War. And it was all directed by a 6-time bankrupt liar who cheats on his taxes, steals top secret documents, tried to overthrow a free and fair election, and wants to date his daughter.
China.
Now, this guy has been a public servant for 50 years. He was VP to this badass, and in his first term, 13.2 million jobs added, unemployment rate 3.6%, economic growth 2.3% in the second quarter, 5.1% in the third quarter. He's added over 1 million manufacturing jobs, the CHIPS Act, and passed an infrastructure bill that will rebuild America. The same infrastructure bill that these people voted against and are now taking credit for. So, of the 3 presidents in the last 15 years who have taken on huge crises and turned them around, these 2 brought us together and saved our collective asses. They also rebuilt this country. This douchebag ruined things so bad, we were stacking American bodies in refrigerated trucks. So yeah, it's his fault. And the next time you say I'm deranged, remember what deranged means. It means mentally unsound, and I just gave you facts that I can back up. You actually heard this man ask for votes to overthrow an election in Georgia and won't face it. Who's deranged? I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Trump derangement syndrome, man. No, I just gave you facts. You counter my facts. Trump derangement syndrome, man. But wait, you said that he thinks he's great. Did he make America great again? Trump derangement syndrome, man. Yeah, but you have to give me facts. Tell me why you think that. Trump derangement syndrome, man. Ah. Everybody, Titus Podcast. What's going on? With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There can be only one.
It's actually
only one.
It's Highlander. It's right.
It is Highlander.
It's Highlander. It's Highlander.
Yeah.
Somebody screwed up.
Oh, it's a Highlander.
Oh, Highlander.
Canadian. So we are living on. If you read the Bible, we're living on the ragged edge of the world right now. But then again, if you look at Israel and Gaza, it's gone on forever. I mean, it's gone on 1,200 years before Christ, and the 48.
It's been worse than this.
And it's funny that every time there is something that goes down in Gaza or Israel, people go, "It's the end of the world again." Yeah, by the way, that's why I named that one special the 5th annual End of the World Tour, because it's always the end of the world.
Always comes back. We've had Nazis. We've had the plague.
Yeah.
We had Trump.
Yeah. Here's the fucked up part.
We still have them.
That happened recently. So this week we had 3 kids, teenagers, who were sent from Palestine by their families because it's breaking off. It's pretty hardcore there.
Right. First of all, how did they get out of Palestine?
I think they were smart. Like, look, if the Israelis send you a pamphlet that says we're coming in, you should believe the pamphlet. Mm-hmm. It's the Israelis. They, they've been messing. So they sent them to Vermont. Was it Vermont or whatever? Can you bring that up? What are you doing? Are you even part of the podcast today? What are you doing?
What I was actually doing
Googling
was
what you asked me to Google.
The truce in 6 days to see this, because on my way here. First of all, on my way here, I was listening and they were saying that...
Am I supposed to talk to Dan?
the woman and the kids were killed, Israel is saying. And so that's why I was trying to pull that up to go with what you were saying. But usually people, the person that looks up stories...
I didn't know.
Don't go, hey, what are you looking at? What are you doing?
What is typing?
It looks like...
Usually I seamlessly go, I know, actually this week there was a...
No, can you bring up the 3 kids that were shot in America?
Oh, that was
I just want to
another crappy
because
thing.
Here's the thing: you're living in Gaza, right? Your parents go, "Hey, man, let's get you out of here. Let's get you out of here so you're safe."
Yeah.
They send you to America, which has the most guns of anywhere. Gaza doesn't have as many guns as America does, and three kids got shot.
So they were sent here from Palestine.
I think one of them was at least
for protection. So
they were safe. Yes.
One of the kids' uncle was on, and he said that we thought that this is so much safer for him.
Did the Israelis track them here?
One kid was released from the hospital.
Some redneck just came up and shot him.
Yeah, just a redneck guy in Vermont. The weirdest thing is he's now pled not guilty, but they said that when they arrived at his house, when SWAT got there, that he said, "I've been waiting for you." So...
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go to Sean now. So they were wearing their kippahs or their scarves. I think if I pronounce that right. And
probably not.
And the guy came out and shot 3 kids. One kid he's got some injuries and thumb is broken. Another kid, it's not going to die. And then the third kid got a partial shot in the spine. So he can feel his legs, but he can't move them. It's like here's what I don't understand. We have become. And I blame 100% Donald fucking Trump, 100%, and the lack of education.
Well, Chris Christie did too, actually.
What do you mean?
Chris Christie said, he said this weekend. Let me see if I can remember how he said it. He was at a rally or a town hall type thing for campaigning, and he said that the responsibility lies with Donald Trump. And he said, obviously it sounds extreme, but that
they booed him and he went off.
Has shown intolerance. And when one person, a leader, shows intolerance, other people think it's okay to be intolerant. He goes, you don't have to be intolerant of all groups. You just, as a leader, have to be intolerant of one. And it shows people that it's okay. And he said, we can certainly see the evidence. He said it better than that. But
so here's what happens.
How do you spell? It's Kefia.
Oh.
Kufia.
Kofefe?
Kofia.
Palestine.
Wow, that's too weird. That's too much of a coincidence right there.
There's more.
What bothers me is that this entire country was designed on.
Oh, I was going to have a pronunciation.
I'm sorry, what is going on?
You are doing something.
I was trying to play the pronunciation.
She's literally on the Chili's site booking a reservation.
I'm getting lunch.
Do you know what the problem is? You click the video. No.
Dodge to the head.
I wanted to say it right to at least do that, but naturally I have to watch ads on YouTube
before an article comes up.
Before I can hear anything, and not that we don't like ads.
So when you talk about tolerance, our country was founded because I said it right. I said it.
Kafia.
I said kafia.
You said kifa.
Kifa. Okay. All right. So I used the Alabama pronunciation, but I
you
did
mix
say
it with kifa.
So wait, let me get to this. Let me get to this point. For God's sakes.
Okay.
Tolerance. Our country was founded on tolerance. I'm intolerant.
That almost came out everywhere.
So they were being our founding fathers. England was being intolerant of religions. We're being intolerant of everybody's rights. So our founding fathers came here to start America. We're not going to live in a place where people are treated badly.
A country for tolerance.
The entire country was founded. All men created equal. Freedom of religion,
except for the slave.
Freedom of speech. Tolerance. And we are now one of the most intolerant nations, it seems, when it comes to anybody different. And again, I will say it again, and I'm never going to stop saying it. My family was here in 1638. The Titus has been on this rock since 1638. So when people start talking about my country, I always go like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah, you just got here.
I can track Trump. We did this on Armageddon today. We can track Trump back one generation.
Yeah.
His mom was an immigrant.
Yeah.
And
all
my
of his
country,
wives.
fuck you. It's not your country, bro. You're Jude. You're an anchor baby.
Yeah.
You were literally.
It's code for black and brown. It's code for
and black, brown, and Jew. Yes, that's right. Yes, a religion that's not mine. And yet the entire country was founded on everybody's cool. Just come on in. We'll make a great country together. And yet these assholes who swear to God we follow the Constitution. No, you fucking don't. You actually deny people rights. The whole thing about immigration. You even deny the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
You even deny the Bible.
Do you ever notice the people that say that they follow the Constitution have never read the Constitution?
People that say they follow the Bible haven't read the Bible. They're talking about, what did Jesus say? Welcome the stranger?
Well, and also they wear shirts
he said so many things that we could apply to this.
I know, but and these fuckers keep using the Constitution and the Bible as backup, and then the same dickhead that shot these 3 kids is, they were wearing weird scarves. What? I'm so irritated.
I just read this and took a picture of it. Speaking of the Bible, the one who oppresses the poor insults their maker, but one who is kind to the needy honors him. There's so many things throughout about that they don't abide by.
That's literally the opposite of Donald Trump. What you just said is the actual opposite.
Oh, no, but he's a Christian.
I'm just so tired.
I had a family member tell me, I know I said he wasn't before, but he is now. I saw him get saved on a TV show.
He's just Old Testament.
No. He put his head in some water.
And it turned orange.
Yeah. It burst into flame because Satan was like, no.
Did you guys see Biden, speaking of water, do the cold plunge this weekend? Look, I know that he is old AF, but Donald Trump is 2 years younger. But Biden bikes on a real bike, Peloton. Jill runs. Yeah. He lifts weights. Famously, has always for years has done this. And then this weekend with his grandkids did the cold plunge, and you can go watch him. Very trim. Yes, running out of a freezing cold lake. It's like make sense when you guys say that he's.
No, yeah, but he's so funny. So what happened the other day is this was like happened 2 weeks ago. I might have brought it up before. He's doing a speech, and you hear kaboom, crash. And he goes to the guys, would you tell everybody that wasn't me?
Well, you know what my niece said?
How quick do you have to be?
Yes.
You have to process all what they're talking about, shit about you being old.
What they're about to talk about.
You falling down. And then he calls it, sees all that and calls it before. And
you know what my niece said? She said, you know what the problem is? Because she's on TikTok all day. And when she's not at work as a Marine, that sounded bad. But she said, you know what the problem is? She said they're the same age, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
But one speaks loudly and quickly, and
Yeah.
one is more measured and slow in his speech. And she said,
One's actually a diplomat.
to people in my generation, she said, all these videos and stuff that come up on TikTok, it's made to Biden looks
Yeah, they're
weaker
cut.
and more feeble, and Trump looks, bigger and healthier just because
Except-
he's loud.
Yeah, but listen to what he's saying.
Oh,
Like he
I
doesn't.
know.
None of it matches. Like he said, okay, first of all, I want you to know that the founding fathers thought that the airports should have been open all the time, and that you should not be able to bring drugs in from the Mexicans, who, by the way, once used to own this place, but we took it from them because they deserved us to take it away from them. And the Jewish people I have always loved. And like, what the fuck?
He also has said multiple times that he's running against Obama twice. I think he said
Oh,
that.
Twice.
yeah, that's
Run
become
money
He
against Obama.
also said that meandering thing about how we ran against Bush, and then how he got us into the
Bush got us.
Gulf War.
No. He said
Or-
Obama got us into the Gulf War, was Bush, which was Bush that got us into the Gulf
But
War.
no, but there was something where he
then he finally caught himself like,
confused Jeb with George,
yeah.
but then George's dad,
he's
George.
confused.
Okay.
But all this aside, let's say, all his incompetence aside, 91 felonies.
Well, there is that too.
4 different indictments in 4 different jurisdictions.
Diapers.
Diapers. By the way, pancake makeup, orange. What the fuck?
That is so
And people
weird.
are like, I do. And the media, I blame the media 100%. The media is 100% all the time going, you know what? Trump's the leader of the thing. Why you guys keep legitimizing him when he's
Yeah.
obviously an illegitimate president? He was illegitimate the whole time.
Well, just for ratings. It's a
I know,
ratings. He's a TV show reality star, and they're just going to keep running with it.
Well, I did this in the Armageddon update. I talk about the 2025 plan. That's what they said. Well, you guys watch the Armageddon update because it's the scariest shit. He's basically come out and said, the Republicans have come out, here's our 2025 plan, that he's going to centralize all the branches of government, which means
That's a dictator.
that's a dictator, exactly.
Yes.
He's going to,
Which means give himself all the power,
right?
and take away the checks and balances that were created.
He's going to
to
shut
keep
down
us
the free
from a
press. He's
dictatorship.
going to shut down the free press, which is also a
Dictator.
right.
Okay.
Exactly. He is going to, what else did he say? He's going, his enemies will be tried, which is also a,
Nuremberg.
yeah, there you go. But it's just like, and then people go, well, he's going to be in charge. That's how we need to run things. There was an interesting thing I was listening to, Rachel Bradley and Chris Hayes. I was listening to
Rachel Maddow.
Rachel Maddow, sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Rachel Maddow. But yeah, it's a compliment. Rachel Maddow and Chris Hayes, and she was talking about how this is not the first time we've gone through this. There's this perception of people sometimes when things aren't going exactly how they want, that they go, well, let's try something else. And their authoritarianism thing, we're like, let's get a guy who could just run it. We just have to go. We don't have to go through all this democracy shit. Which is like, stop. We've seen this. Can you read something? Can read
Too
something.
much work.
It seems
Just-
lazy. It's
Yeah.
a lazy
Yeah.
response. You just handle it. You take it.
Can we get one guy so I can just be perfect? And Biden came out today
Uh-oh.
this week, and he said, he basically called people insane. He goes, I don't understand the disconnect. He goes, we have our inflation is down 3% or below 3% right now. We've got corporate profits are up 75%, and no one blames them. No one goes, these motherfuckers are charging us double what they used to charge us.
And
But you're blaming Biden. Then all the Republicans are always saying when the Republicans in, it's gas prices have nothing to do with the president, but they sure as fuck go after. It's such a disingenuous, hypocritical thing to do, and we've got unemployment lowest in 50 years. 50 years. Who did that? That's right.
You've said this before, that it has a lot to do with education, and yes, but if you look at the Trump supporters, it seems to be older.
Yep.
It's older white people who have seen, they've been around for the last 60 years. So they've seen successes and presidential things and positives, and they haven't seen the positives from a Democratic president. which we can point to every single time.
Right. So the record shows it. Yes.
So how are they possibly following this guy?
Here's why. As you notice, when you get older, you get grumpier and a little more set in your ways.
Your brain shrinks.
That's for real. Definitely. All those martinis. So what happens is that I think people get to this point where they have, you over the years, you accumulate shit. You house, and you got this, and you got that, and you got that. And you have enough, and you start to look at the end of your life, and you start to think, oh shit, do I have enough money to live the end of my life? Everything stops. Your job's going to stop. Everything's going to stop. My career is going to end one day. You start thinking about it. And then you're like, well, I don't want people taking my shit. And why are they giving free stuff away? And it's like they stop thinking about listen, this country has worked because what's good for everybody. And the tax rate currently right now, I was talking about this to my manager, and he goes, it's really weird. He goes, I have Jewish members of my family that voted for Trump. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, are you serious? And he goes, yes. He goes, they want the tax cut. The only thing is they want the tax cut. So here's something
that's good for me.
But what's good for me?
Yeah.
And the thing
we have a friend that's a comedian who's black, whose parents are black and voted for Trump, and were contentious with him about it. Yeah. It wasn't like they were like, we voted for him, it didn't work out. It became
they're that family that's always behind him at the rallies.
The one family.
The one that says blacks for Trump.
Did you see the white guy wearing the blacks for Trump shirt, and he was getting interviewed? He goes, I see you one of the blacks for Trump. He goes, yep, blacks for Trump. And he goes, you're not black. And the guy went, yeah, but I'm with blacks for Trump. What? And the guy was the dumbest shit ever. But what I wanted to say was that we've got to this place where these people, and Trump's not going to do it. So here's what Trump's this, and this is specifically about actors. Mm-hmm. So I found this out yesterday. Trump's tax cut that he passed made it so if you're an actor, right? Let's say I get a TV show, right, and I'm not incorporated. I get $10,000 for the TV show. Well, if you're an actor, you have to pay 10% to your agent, 10% to your manager, and 5% to your attorney. That's 25% of your income goes out instantly to the people that represent you and handle your business, right? Right. Trump's tax cut made it so actors cannot claim that as a write-off anymore. If you're not incorporated, you have to pay that $2,500 at a time.
Wow! Wait a second, but it's not income.
It's not income. No, you have to pay it out, and you don't. It is. You can't write it.
Surely you don't have to claim it as income.
You can't write it off. Yes, you have, because you got the job. You have to.
Yeah,
claim
but if you tell me this: if you do a job and have them directly send 10 and 10 and 5, do you? Or they are expecting you to claim the full amount, and that's not a deduction? That doesn't make sense.
So, right. So you have a check, right? It's paid $10,000. They're still going to find out you got paid $10,000, right? So, and then you send out the $2,500 to your representatives, and then they go, you made $10,000. No, I didn't. Right. I made $7,500.
Right. They made.
Right. So every actor, and the weird thing is that SAG just did this deal, and SAG and Fran Drescher for SAG's not even talking about it. So actors got Trump, and I thought, why would he fuck actors? Oh, because he can't do that.
He is a little bitter.
He's bitter about everybody.
Mm-hmm. Anything he doesn't have. Israel-Hamas truce is in 6-day. Negotiators are still trying to get an extension. Obviously, Hamas is happy about a momentary ceasefire, but we haven't heard yet from, I think Netanyahu was going to speak today and say if he was going to extend it. But because of that, we did get hostages out.
Now, the problem with, I think, what Hamas is going to keep doing is, listen, as long as Hamas can keep the Israel, because there's no chance of them beating Israel. So if Hamas can just keep Israel at bay by holding on, if you think Hamas is going to release all the hostages, that's not going to happen, because then Israel's coming in hard. So,
they've released 81 hostages, primarily women and children. Right. Israel, in return, has freed 180 Palestinians from prison, mainly women and minors as well. The IDF, this was what I was talking about earlier, said that it's assessing a Hamas claim that the youngest Israeli hostage taken, who was 10 months old, is no longer alive, as well as his brother and his mother. Oh my God. A 10-month-old.
Were they shipped to the U.S.? Is that what happened? No.
Yeah. That, by the way, people, this is the craziest thing. Those Palestinian kids got shot by some redneck because they were wearing a scarf from the country. It's like wearing imagine going to Gaza and wearing a USA shirt and just getting shot.
So those kids you started talking about, they're all in college. One is going to Brown. in Rhode Island. One is going to Haverford in Pennsylvania. One is going to Trinity College.
And they just,
they're
Palestinians.
Great schools. They were wearing their
So they're
scarf,
brilliant.
and the guy's a 48-year-old redneck.
Of course.
Shot
Yep.
them, all three of them.
Oh my God.
One was released from the hospital. One of them is never going to walk again, they're saying, shot in the spine. It's like...
So how do people live with themselves after doing some heinous shit like this?
Yeah, and how do they justify how are these people representatives of
Right, how come Fox
right-wingers?
News
But
isn't
but I have family that would say, oh, everything's Trump's fault. You guys blame everything on Trump. So that's the thing. Any of this stuff that's happening, it's nothing to do with Trump.
Okay, so let's track that. You want this? Let's do a little bit. You're a criminal justice. Let's
Get
do
me
it.
ready
Let's
for
do a
my
little bit.
family vacation.
You
this
ready?
weekend. Here we go. Hold on.
I see.
She's like, yay, I get to see
Okay,
these
give
people.
me some talking points.
Let's go back to when Trump was started running for president, 2015.
Okay.
First thing he came out and said, the Mexicans are sending their terrorists, their rapists, and I assume some of them are good people. I mean, the
They're
terrorists and
not
rapists.
sending their best.
So he started it, made it okay for everybody to believe it. Now, who was the president before Trump? What kind of horrible psycho divider? Oh, that was Obama, the guy who actually cried
Fucking
after
mustard on his
master
jacket.
Mustard, yeah, he wore a tan jacket, had mustard on a hot dog.
Wasn't-
Son of a bitch.
Born in Hawaii.
Guy had low, and he actually changed the minority employment rate from 17.8 or 16.8 to 7.8. He actually brought
Healthcare.
he had, oh God, his healthcare. And you know what? And so we had this guy, this African-American man who helped unite the country. Do you remember his inauguration of Springsteen? It was amazing. Not the marching band that was Trump's inauguration.
the monkeys.
So Obama-
DC was sold out.
Obama talked about hope and change. Trump talked about a desolate America. Do you remember when he did that speech, that gothic
Edgar Allan Poe thing
that
he
was
referenced?
the craziest
He's like,
speech.
The beating heart is
the beating heart is being ripped from the infiltrators. I'm sorry, I'm not happy right now.
The beating heart
This is the worst. This is the worst speech ever. And so then he said he actually kicked trans people out of the military, cut them out of the military
by tweeting.
Called other people shithole countries.
Mm-hmm.
He basically said soldiers, why are the suckers and losers? And so what happened is, you're right. So when you
Women too, she's bleeding, must be bleeding out of her eyes,
or her
mouth,
whatever,
or her whatever.
So he went after women. He went after everybody who's not a white male.
She's not good looking enough for me to rape her. That was a good one.
Wants to have sex with his
by the
daughter.
way, wants to have sex with
I
his
was
daughter.
waiting for
Wants to
that.
date
You
his
guys
daughter.
usually leave
Yeah,
with
that one.
that.
No, that one.
I hold off on it
because
now.
everyone says,
Well, no.
I want to get rid of her.
I have said to you guys forever, like, that shouldn't be the main thing. It sounds too salacious. But then General Kelly came out and said that he said heinously inappropriate things about Ivanka's body, boobs,
Yes,
he did.
all of that. So I'll let
Yeah.
you guys alone with that.
So
now.
let's be clear. This change, we had Obama, who was literally a uniter, really took us over in 2008, changed the fucking financial thing, got GM and Chrysler out of helped them out. By the way, GM and Chrysler paid it back, except GM I think didn't pay it all back, but everybody else did. He got the country restarted again. We had this guy that kind of brought us together.
He fixed the clusterfuck of the Bush administration.
Yes, he did. And then we got this asshole who came in and started talking mad shit. The 6-time bankrupt loser who wants to sleep with his daughter. And you say it's not Trump's fault? Everything. He wrote it. He ran $7 trillion up in debt, and people go, wasn't Trump? Yeah. It actually was. Then he fucked up
DeSantis just said that.
Then he fucked the pandemic up so bad, we lost 1 million people. We were stacking bodies in refrigerator trucks. And you people think this guy's going to be the next president? What the?
The guy who throughout, while people were dying, kept holding his own press conferences instead of having a press secretary, and made them live every morning of him. Well, not morning. He didn't get up.
He said maybe
every afternoon of himself, suggested injecting bleach. But that was after 3 months of pretending that it wasn't happening.
We could
if you
do bleach
remember,
to do a cleaning.
it's going to go away. what did he say?
Like a miracle.
Like a miracle.
miracle,
It's going to
yeah.
go away.
It's going to go.
And it kept tripling,
Yep.
quadrupling every day, and he never addressed
China.
it until China.
At one point,
Oh yeah,
we
he
were,
gave it a racist name, the Kung Flu.
Kung
or
Flu. At
the-
one point, we were losing 5,000 people a day. Guess what happened? Biden became president, and we were in it's like a dystopian world of parking garages getting vaccinated. We are now killing COVID is still killing. It's like 235 people a week.
Yeah.
It was 5,000 a day.
So who's that politician recently, that senator or whoever, who said, name one thing that we've done that I can campaign on? Somebody
Oh,
said
yeah.
that.
Roy.
Chip
Chip
Roy.
Roy lost his shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Republican, by the
Give
way.
me one thing. Hardcore Republican.
that applies to Trump. How is he campaigning? What success has he done
actually-
in 4 fucking years?
No, he said
He
at
keeps
his
saying it.
rally that he said these words literally, "I'm being indicted for you." That's what
Oh,
he
God,
told
he's
the
such a
group
cult
of
leader.
people. I'm
Damn,
doing
he's a
it
cult
for
leader.
you. And like for me,
He also said we had the best, most successful presidency
okay.
in history.
Okay, buddy.
You can't just say
Yeah,
that.
but
because
there's a million people dead that can't
Francis-
argue with him.
yeah.
They can't be like
Frances Sternhagen died.
Francis Sternhagen.
Yeah. Well, she played Brenda Lee's mom on The Closer, but she was in Misery. She played the sheriff's wife. She was in Sex and the City. She was awesome.
It's awesome. Great character actor.
93 years old.
Oh gosh. I was wow. Oh yeah. She's funny too.
She's
She was
brilliant.
funny and
You know
everything.
her.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
her. She was exceptionally funny and excellent as Brenda Lee Johnson's mother in The
And as a
Closer.
reason.
But they killed her on The Closer in the last season, so I feel like I've already grieved. I
That's
cried
really
through that
not
one.
okay.
Yeah.
That's really
I was
not
so
okay.
sad.
That's moving on. She's over it
Close enough.
because she killed her and her character died in a show.
Speaking of killing it, this episode brought to you by Harry's, one of the companies that consistently kills it. Did you shave today? Oh yeah. Go ahead, feel that, Kenny.
Let me see.
Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now. Hello. Okay. I will say I love Harry's. I use it every day.
Yep.
I shave every day. I use blades. Honestly, I think about 3 to 4 weeks.
Mhm.
They last forever and they cost like half or a third of the price of those crappy ones.
Under $2.
I am, however, tired of no shelf space in my shower. And new giant bottles have appeared as of last week. We don't have anywhere to put them. I try and fit them. He's got 2 shelves, 2 filled. So it goes down onto the bench and he buys the
you don't need to
big
talk about my
pumpy
shower
bottles.
etiquette at all.
Oh my
Trump
gosh.
fucked up the country. He fucked up the shower.
I know.
Well, here's the
Your
thing.
fault.
So Harry's does a great body washes. They do. I have 2 or 3 different kinds of shampoo. I have I
You
have
have
the Harry soap.
2 or 3 flavors of body wash.
I have body wash. So
Harry's soap. You've got the cube.
do you need
You've
more
got
than-
the
I've
razor.
got 4 or 5 hair paste in the
Oh,
under the sink.
I'll come yesterday. There's 3 hair paste stacked on the counter. Like he doesn't put
You
them
prima
away.
donna, you.
What I'm
I
saying is
found-
Harry's has taken over my bathroom.
You guys don't understand. Let me talk about Harry's for a second. You don't understand. So sometimes you buy any kind of body wash or soap, and it's too much. Harry's is the exact right amount of scent. It's great stuff. I use it all the time. The shampoo is great. They have for dry scalp or normal scalp. It's like and I use it all. And here's the weird part. I go to wherever I get it, Target, wherever I get it, and try to get some sometimes.
It's out.
It's gone.
Well, the hair paste was
It's
sold
pretty-
out forever on their website.
Oh, yeah, no,
I wonder if it's in
I
or
do
not.
random drive-bys to get the hair paste. That's why I save them because they go away.
Oh, he comes home with 8. 8.
And puts them all in the
2
shower?
new
That's what I'm
giant
saying. They're under the
bottles.
sink.
No, he got
They're
2
under the
new
sink.
giant bottles of body wash, but there's already 2 giant bottles in there.
We're
with
talking about
the big ones.
but the
The
razors
pumpy.
are stunning.
Big.
5 blade razors, their own German factory. And they've been a sponsor for a long time, and we to this day,
Harry's
I
is our OG.
I still have not had a moment where I'm like, eh. So they stayed good.
I just want to tell you guys this. So you can get a subscription for everything, but this is something that actually makes sense in my life because the blades, you don't want to run out of them, and you can set it to come however far apart you want it because they last forever. And it has super simplified my life. But I just want to tell you, okay, so this giant bottle of body wash, I wanted to make sure I wasn't wrong on this.
Will not let it go.
Okay. There's two sizes of body wash.
Yep.
One is this tall and like that big. It's huge. That's $7.50. You can get the body wash with the pump, the big giganto one that he has. It's $10.50. Like, their products are some of the best products I've ever used.
Yep.
I steal your Redwood body wash a lot.
All the time. Wait, hold on, stop. Wait,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Someone
Stop,
uses
wait
it all
a
the
minute,
time.
let me put something in it. That was me washing my armpits. And now they've got refill pouches, so you don't have to buy new plastic bottles. It's not part of, we just love this company. So I would highly recommend setting up the subscription, getting the blades to come to your house. You can get a trial set, which is the best way to start and the best gift to give for Christmas. Trial set has the 5-blade German engineered razor, the weighted handle, the foaming shave gel, and the travel cover, which we also use every week. You can schedule delivery for refills as low as $2. That's what I was talking about.
And great Christmas gift, guys.
It is awesome. And you guys now need to go check out what we're talking about with all this other stuff.
But order the razors again. Do what I always say every year: order 3 or 4 of them. They're so inexpensive. And then when the people show up who you didn't expect to get, oh, I brought Steve. He's my man. You go, oh man, we got a gift for you too.
This stocking stuffers too for everybody. The exfoliating face wash, I love. It's peppermint.
Good.
$7, you guys. So we do this for Jet. We do this for everybody for stocking stuff. I know, but I just love this.
Commercial.
What I actually went to look up was to see if your hair paste was in stock because it's always sold out. Anyway, so if you want to get that trial set that we just talked about, you can get a subscription that saves you time and money with Harry's. Get started with a $13 trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/bombshell. That's harrys.com/BOMBSHELL for your $3 trial set.
I don't know. I forget when that changed when she got the
promo
code.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. The world is in a weird place, and we're heading towards Christmas. By the way, no snow up in the mountains. It's almost December. No snow in the mountains. Nothing. I don't know if that's normal or abnormal.
Well, no, we've gone.
Well, there was a little bit.
We would go up there for Thanksgivings when we had the kids sometimes and trade them off.
Yeah.
And it wasn't snowing.
Yeah, but there was a little bit. There was 2 inches. Jet and I went up and fixed it. We fixed the deck. Everything's fixed. All the damage from last year is now repaired. And hopefully the deck won't fall off the house.
Well, it did snow a tiny bit there, and my dermatologist said yesterday it snowed in Mammoth a couple inches. Yeah, which he thought was early. So that's why I'm like, are we early or late?
I don't think science knows.
By the way, science doesn't know anything.
And they're like, no, we know it.
You know what's really weird about this is like the dumb people is that we are hearing. So we have family members now that say, I'm not going to vaccinate. I never take another vaccination, and I do you understand that how many people are going to die because this thing has kind of permeated society now?
That's another result of Trump's
attitude towards
it.
Is how many people died because they're like, I ain't taking it. They were saying, remember when the pandemic was raging and they were saying that people were in the hospital going, give me the vaccine now. Yeah. And they're like, it's too late. Yeah. Your lungs are full of snot. You're done.
Yeah, people forget all of that. And the death toll rolling in the corner of the screen. Do you remember how terrifying that was?
Yep. This became like the party of like Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Right? Of all the conspiracies and the bullshit that was just, he was almost like a proponent of Trump. He was like a spokesman for Trump.
100%. But also, Alex Jones got sued for almost $1 billion.
He's in court now, right?
Yes, he is. Yeah, it's dragging on.
The ruling came out. It's like $1 billion. So people forget that Trump has now currently, the baseline Trump can pay is $250 million So he evaded taxes. He lied about everything. He's not even a billionaire anymore, or he's off the Forbes list.
Well, he lied about
he lied. He never was. He lied about all of it. And these fuckers keep going. That's my guy. Really? So
That's what I don't get. You can't, even if you thought the deep state was out to get him, you can't look at all of that and all of the strife and tension and drama he brings and just go, we can find someone better than that.
Well, the good news is what's finally happened. Chip Roy, I think, kicked it off a little bit. And Romney kicked it off too. Romney vacillated too much, kept going, yeah, I'm with Trump, I'm out against Trump. But Chip Roy come out to get up, like you said, and go, guys, I can't run in my home district. We've done nothing.
Yeah.
Give me one thing to run on. I got nothing.
Yeah. And Santos is out, right? He's on his way out.
Well, they're trying to vote him out. He said he's not resigning. And he said, what happened to innocence until proven guilty? And
he did say,
you've been proven guilty.
Well, he said all the evidence.
He said the 5 other people that were evicted, that were kicked out of Congress, were actually went to trial and got, and the evidence was found. And I kind of want to go, hey, dude, they'll do that.
Yeah,
and then you're going to be convicted of a crime. If you resign, we'd go, all right, we're going to let it go. But
I understand why they wouldn't want to establish that precedent of just getting rid of people like that from Congress. But also what used to happen that we don't have anymore is shame. So bad scandal. How many press conferences do you guys remember with a shamed, disgraced politician with his wife just standing next to him at a microphone saying, I've decided to step down. I'm sorry. Whatever. I did
what I did. Yeah.
We don't do that anymore.
No, we do not. Everybody, again, that's another thing.
Democrats
Trump changed.
do that.
Democrats do. Al Franken, but Republicans don't do it. Fuck you. I'm staying. Fuck you. We have the worst people I've ever seen. Boebert, Green, Gates, the worst people I've ever seen in our government. And I've been around a while. And yet these people are like, those are our people. What's happened is, and I don't get this, people have they've really stopped voting their own interests. So if you say you want these Republicans, well, why? Because I don't like them liberals. You mean the deep state. Well, the deep state has got you the lowest unemployment in 30 years. The CHIPS Act, we're going to be building our own computer chips here, so we never have a supply problem like we used to have. They've brought in manufacturing, over 1.2 million manufacturing jobs back to America. The Republicans didn't do that. We've got infrastructure projects going all over the country that Republicans are
about to say that the Republicans are bragging about it.
They're taking credit for it.
Speaking of the CHIPS Act, this episode brought to you by HelloFresh.
Yay!
Potato chips sounds so good. So we have had some great recent experiences with HelloFresh.
Yes.
How were yours?
Oh, it's like my weekend is. I date HelloFresh.
Oh,
but you know what's funny? It's so good. It would be surpurrising if you got a bad one. It's been a couple years. It's been a couple years now, right? We've had these guys.
Yeah.
We've never had one where I didn't take a bite and go, what the
Not only it's going to take stress out of your holiday season, which is already stressful enough, but it's cheaper. You save money. And time. You don't have to go to the hospital. I was going to say hospital. Grocery store.
Because you just got out of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I was just in the hospital. And I will say this until the day I die, which now seems to be a little farther off than I thought.
Yay!
I don't know what I was going to say. When you cheered for me, I was like, that I love that it takes the guesswork out of what to make for dinner.
And it doesn't take this out of cooking. It takes the guesswork out of cooking well. That's the cool part.
Well, that too, but it's not, you don't understand. I call you, he's here every night, and I say, what do you feel like having for dinner? I don't know. He always says, what do you want? That's not what I called you. And this is the conversation.
Well, I have it with myself. Listen, I say, Highlander, what are you having for dinner?
Yeah.
And I say, what are you having for dinner? What do you want for dinner?
That's not good.
And it goes around and around.
I asked you, me.
But it's always...
What is going on? Everything's insane right now.
I love the pantry items. We all added on the egg bites, all different flavors of egg bites.
Good. Took those to the cabin with my son. Those are good.
Muffins.
Add them for dinner.
Muffins. There's all kinds of stuff that you can add on. Desserts, breakfast items, just all kinds of pantry items that they're doing now. You can also choose every week what you want. There's a plethora of, I think, 40 recipes every week you can select, or they will select for you. When I have forgotten, I have never been disappointed.
No.
We had the best comfort food pasta dish last week. That was so good.
Yeah, with the ziti, that was great.
Yes, it was
great.
so good.
Guys, here's the thing. Just, we can talk. We actually do these commercials because we use the commercials like we're literally
I
having.
do
We're not
get
even on the
excited.
podcast right now. We're
I
just
forget. I do forget. I'm like,
celebrating.
oh, what
Yeah, so
about?
wrap it up.
So you got to try it. Now is the best time to try it for the holidays. Go to hellofresh.com/Titus free. Use code Titus free for a free breakfast for life. That's
As long
one
as your
breakfast
subscription
item
goes on.
per box while subscription is active. Yeah, if you don't have a subscription anymore, you don't get
You
the
don't get breakfast
item.
for life. Yeah.
That's free breakfast for life at hellofresh.com/Titus free. Use promo code Titus free. America's #1 meal kit.
So when we say that everything started, coming to falling apart, well, everything started with Trump, and then you got half the country fighting. Again, saying they love the Constitution, not saying that they're Bible based, not saying that they want and they keep saying like we had 4.9% or 4.1% growth last quarter. That's high. That's insane.
Why isn't this being beaten into our heads?
Well, because the polls keep coming out. Here's the problem is
the left-leaning media.
Because I think it's weird.
Do tell.
Well, I would say this. Very rich people own television networks. Very rich people tend to lean a little more right-wing. So even on CNN, the guy that owns CNN is a billionaire that bought it from that whole Time Warner thing, and he changed everything about CNN. Don Lemon, gone. Don Lemon, gay black man, very liberal, gone. Cuomo messed up. Cuomo did something.
Yeah.
But he got rid of any, and then if you want to, so then at that point, so you have a great job on television. Here's the thing. You got a great job on television.
Yep.
You're making 6 figures every year, whatever. You're on CNN every night. You're famous, which, by the way, what comes with that is a bunch of extra shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like just not your paycheck, but you get to be invited places. You get to do stuff. People pay for stuff. That when you're famous, some shit happens. So are you going to so this guy comes down and goes, I want the poll numbers out there. I want everybody to know that Trump and these polls is doing. Well, what about these other polls? Don't say it. Don't say it. You do these polls, and that's your boss. Well, then you're going to report that. So we've now come to this place because Reagan killed the fairness doctrine that networks can do anything. It's all state TV now.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, and
Yes.
I'm not saying just on the right wing. It's state TV on the left wing too.
Yeah.
It's
all
state TV.
propaganda.
Yeah, it's all colored the way they
Yes.
want it now because
Yes.
there's no fucking rules anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need a politician. We need a politician. He'll never get elected to have the balls to come out and go, you know what? No more money in politics. That's what I stand for. The second I am going to put a moratorium on money in politics. Well, guess what? All the money that currently gets everybody elected is going to go to those guys, and that guy's never going to get elected.
His campaign ads would just be like terrible green screen, very low budget.
So we get Ryan Reynolds on it. Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds,
exactly.
Mint Mobile.
Exactly.
We put Mint Mobile in charge of that guy. That's the way to do
That's
it.
it, yeah.
Just go, I'm not getting any money from anybody. This is it.
Super cheap.
By the way, let me
Mm-hmm.
take the blanket down. That's my house. Put the blanket back up. Do it. That's how you do it. You run the campaign like Ryan Reynolds, and you just go, there's not going to be any money in politics when I get elected. We're going to take it out. We're going to make it illegal. If you do get busted, this used to happen, by the way. If you actually took too much money from somebody before Citizens United, it was illegal. You could lose your job and get arrested. Not anymore. Citizens
Thank
United.
you,
Yeah,
Mitch
well,
McConnell.
No, Scalia. Scalia was the final vote, and guess what? Scalia is dead.
Wasn't Mitt Romney a big proponent
There was a
of?
message there.
Yeah.
I'm not
What?
sure what it
Oh,
was.
I just think if you believe in karma, the universe will get you. He died very soon after that, by the way. When did Scalia? I think Citizens United was passed in 2012 or 2014. Scalia died very soon after that.
Karma. Speaking of karma, Rupert Murdoch is on trial, right? Today,
Finally,
I think?
yeah, for
About time.
for the Dominion thing.
Yes,
He's
a
gotta
super wealthy
testify.
guy is testifying.
Why,
I think
though?
it's the super wealthy
Is
guy.
it-
The guy, yes.
But we already had Dominion. Isn't this Smartmatic?
Smartmatic, yeah, it's another one.
So that is
The other one.
actually gone to trial today.
He has to testify from what I gather. Let's bring that up.
Well, he
He's
testified for in his deposition for the other one and told the truth somewhat. Remember? He threw everybody under the bus.
Your mom, I asked mom once something. I go, why? Why do these people not have enough?
Yeah.
Why do these people not have, what is it that makes people, you already are rich, you're rich beyond measure. And your mom said it, there's a phrase in the Middle East, $1 more.
It's always just
$1 more.
He's not on trial. He's being deposed again.
Oh, that's good enough.
He's being deposed yesterday and today for Smartmatic. Smartmatic is asking for 2.7 billion.
And he just whips out his way and say, hey.
That is
yes.
considerably more than Dominion, and Dominion got what they wanted.
So they already have a precedent set. That you just, here's the effed up, total effed up part for Rupert Murdoch, is they've already proven that you guys lied. It's already, there's another case. You're done. It's a precedent. So now it's just how much money are they going to settle for?
Yeah.
That's $2 billion. 867. So that's almost $1 billion. It's $1 billion. And then Smartmatic gets the same. That's 1.6 point something billion dollars because you tried to overthrow the election of the United States. Sorry. You tried to say it was fake.
Yeah.
And overthrow
so that you could get more
you could
ad money. Right? It all came down to money?
No.
Because their viewers liked the conspiracy crap.
Yes, they like the conspiracy crap more than they like the truth.
So everyone thought Donald Trump was a boob. We have emails saying, I effing hate this guy from Tucker.
Yep.
And then that night going on air and reporting about Sidney Powell like she wasn't a loon, but emailing about her earlier in the day that she's nuts.
Who is now flipped.
Yeah, but now she said her testimony was coerced. Did you see that? This woman, Lady Dr. Pepper, she's a wreck. She's a total
I'm sitting
wreck.
her. Sitting her.
Well,
let me tell you something right now. The election was stolen. We have evidence. Hugo Chavez.
Where is it?
Hugo Chavez.
She said at some point that
she recanted?
She hasn't recanted because she's already signed her deal.
I think we're going to find out. It's not going to happen for years because there's no reason.
She just did a media hit that's where she said...
Do you understand we're going to find out years from now, probably after he's dead, that Trump had so much shit on people, whether it was the Epstein stuff or whatever he's had, that these guys have been running scared because there is no reason. Because at this point, there's no reason to back this man.
Somebody commented about
his record of loser is fucking amazing.
Yeah, but his connection possibly still to the mafia. You know, that might
okay, ready for my point about this?
Yeah.
This hat came up yesterday. Okay, maybe New York paid, but then again, if that was true, they wouldn't have ended his business in New York. That's what's happening now. De Niro has been talking mad shit about Trump since day one. Remember when De Niro put out his own private video that was like, this guy's he's a hump. He's a mook.
Yeah.
Just whatever. He said everything. I was like, is Scorsese directing this? Holy shit. This is Main Street's about Trump. Trump never in all these years has never once come out and said shit about Robert De Niro. This is why I think he has no mob connections. The mob fucking hates him. They have used him. I think I would say in the past, in my opinion, I have no evidence of this at all, is that in the past, he may have used them to build his buildings. He may have used them to get the concrete, whatever he needed, but they never took him serious. And here's how I know, because De Niro he did it again. Apple cut out, look this up. This happened recently. Robert De Niro did a speech, and it was an Apple-sponsored event. Apple cut the shit out that De Niro said about Trump. De Niro got back on stage.
Oh, he grabbed his phone.
And they cut this out. So I'm going to say it now. And he goes, I cannot believe they did that. I can't believe it. And no, Trump has never said shit about De Niro ever. And De Niro's been hard.
Yeah.
So I think that because De Niro really does know people.
Yeah, and
I'm guessing.
Apparently,
I'm guessing. Allegedly.
Speaking of mobbing your immune system with healthy things, this episode brought to you by AG1.
You're amazing.
Mob your immune system with healthy things.
Yeah, hey. So you're a free radical, man. What are you doing in this neighborhood?
You ain't free no more.
Yeah, my boys from AG1 are going to take you out. We doing this?
Is it a tumor or a meatball? You know?
Yeah, tumor. Leave. You ain't getting a chance to become a tumor. Get
Over
out
75 vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced ingredients, whole food source superfood.
It is something that when I take
probiotics, prebiotics, all of the stuff that your body needs to
Present biotics.
function.
But current biotics.
Every biotic. So you don't have to take all the other biotics and pills.
This is the weirdest one.
Prebiotic helps you poop. Well, so does probiotic. It all helps with your
Current
gut
biotic
flora.
also helps you happy. This gives me this product gives me a sense of wellness whenever I take it. About 25 minutes in, I'm like, I
One
love
scoop in a shaker, a little water, or if you when we're on the road, sometimes I just do it in a little glass, stir it up, drink it, and I do the vitamin D3 K2, a drop of that in there, and you're good to go. You don't need to take your multivitamin. You don't need to take your probiotic. You don't have to take the prebiotic fiber packets. It's all in one, and it tastes good. I can't believe I'm saying that.
This is the biggest thing for me. So Ray and I work out for years. She's been teaching me about nutrition and stuff. And we used to take these things that they tasted like lawn clippings.
Oh,
I would go
tried everything.
I would go get wheatgrass. I would do wheatgrass, and we had to get ready for it. This stuff has all the nutrients in it, and it tastes like it's nice. It's like it's nice.
Kind of a tropical flavor.
Yeah.
It also has digestive enzymes. If you have any kind of gut issues, you need those to digest your food better. Magnesium, B vitamins that give you energy and support your immune system. Adaptogens to help with stress. It's got everything. Vitamin C and zinc, which everybody needs. I'm not a doctor, but I highly recommend this for this scary season we're heading into with RSV, flus, colds, and COVID. It's
by the way, the adaptogens, I don't know what that is. I just know what, but I do get a sense of calm after about 25 minutes after taking this.
Let me say before, I don't want to say what I think it is because without wasting
we
time.
probably shouldn't.
No. I know.
Let's just make some shit up.
No, I can't make it up.
No,
but
we never do.
I believe I know which ones are in there, but I don't want to say it wrong and then be like, why did you say that? We don't have ashwagandha in our... So look it up. Go on their website. You can read all the ingredients, read testimonials, or you should just try it. AG1 is the supplement that you guys know we've been using forever because we trust it to provide the support our bodies need every day. That's why they've been our partner for so long, and we're super grateful for that. If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1, get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/Titus. That's drinkag1.com/Titus. Go check it out. It really is good stuff.
It's really good stuff.
It's like, even when the world is on fire, then I just feel like it's this little bit of control and good thing I can do for my body.
You are the best of what's still around, AG1.
And you'll be able to run faster in the apocalypse.
Running down, you make the best of what's still around with your current biotics.
Adaptogens. Asha1.
I feel
What was
it's
that
weird.
again? Sorry.
I wash my guns.
The holiday season is upon us. Our house, it crept
It's
on,
the
and last night, and it is now,
holiday
we have now reached a critical mass.
Oh, we're not over. There's
No.
more. I still haven't brought out all those things my dad got me.
Ugh.
Those sculptures type items.
We have all the snow globes are out. The Christmas tree is leaning because it's got so many ornaments on it. By the way, people, put ornaments on the back of the tree too. Because at one point I walk in,
you
Ray's
keep
got all these
giving
ornaments.
me,
It just goes,
like-
man. I'm like, hey, babe.
Grandma Jean
The
started.
angel's like, whoa.
She is.
I can't really fly.
She is a little bit. Grandma Jean started a snow globe collection for
yeah.
me every year, and my sister every year at Christmas we would get a new snow globe. And at first you're kind of like, and then you get this little collection, and it's one that she picks out specifically for me that was changed every year and different from Shay's. And now that she's not here, it's like extra sweet.
Yeah, the
to have them.
sisters have gone both through just a nightmare of opening stuff that grandma got them and grandma not being there. It's tough. I get
Are
it.
you going to
man.
continue that tradition like for each other or something, or someone going to?
Oh, I should.
That's a good idea.
I was thinking I should start it for my niece because she's married, she's having a baby. It's kind of like there's
Just
something about it that
Send it from Grandma Jean.
you get later.
Just send it in honor of Grandma Jean because you don't want people to get weird. She's dead.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
you're like, wait a minute.
Right. Yeah, it's been like opening the ornaments for the tree day before yesterday. And inside, I had brought home, we took little things that we wanted that we gave her or whatever. Her ornaments that she got in Scotland, the little black cab with the British flag on it, and she picked out a little Scotty dog. That was just in August.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I kept thinking. Like, wait, I remember we just did that. We were in Scotland. We went to a Christmas store. You were super bored. You went outside. She and I picked out ornaments. And the thing that kind of blows my mind about that is I always think when I was standing there with her, it would be 3 or 4 months before she was no longer on the planet. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that surreal?
Yeah.
But this is exactly why I'm confused about the world now. Because I just watched Mike Birbiglia's special. By the way, you should go see it. It's on Netflix. It's great.
Old Man in the Pool.
Old Man in the Pool. And there's at the end of it, the way he ends it really put in perspective how life ends. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And you never know. Like, we were with grandma in Scotland. It was fun. She was great. She was feeling a little bit weak,
Yeah.
but she was still grandma, still kicking ass.
We played cards.
And a few months later, she was just gone, man. And that's why I don't get that as human beings, we still haven't learned a fucking thing when it comes to Gaza, Israel, wars, Iran, like all these countries, the guy that shot 3 Palestinian kids. Like, how come we're not learning?
We're still fighting over the dumbest stuff and wasting
It's
time.
caveman shit. It's
Yeah,
nonstop.
yeah.
Speaking
Smoky
of
brain stuff.
cavemen, this episode brought to you by Butcher Box because Uga had drumstick.
You can't even be in the show. She's always like, all right. We got these are the ads when he says something. You're like in a constant improv troupe while him and I are trying to talk
trying
about
to
the
find
world.
About meat. Again, holiday season, lower your stress level. Don't go to the grocery store and do all this stuff when you can stay home. They will bring it to your house. That's the best part about this.
Not only that, but listen, guys.
High quality.
High quality, lower cost. Everyone's talking about these companies that are kind of kicking your ass at the supermarkets. So let's say during the holidays, you're going to the shop, you need to get a turkey, whatever you need to get, meat for the holidays. If you show up with everybody else, the supermarket's like, it's time. Let's just jack the price up a little bit. You order Butcher Box, boom, it shows up at your house in a box, done. You get to go pick what you want.
Yes.
You get to
You
nail
can
it
pick
down.
it, or you can pick from their curated boxes, but I pick it.
Yeah, but specifically for the holiday season. You say, I want to make this and this and
yeah.
this. Everybody has their thing they like to
For
make.
Thanksgiving, you could have
Yes.
gotten your turkey there. That's the thing. It takes all of the stress out of it. It's more
And it's
convenient,
cheaper,
and
convenient,
it's
right.
incredible value. You get 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork that's raised crate-free, and all the seafood wild caught, humanely raised, no antibiotics or added hormones. That's why we notice the taste difference, why it's so much better. And again, it comes to your house. And they have seasonal cuts too. So there's things that are available at different times that you can't get
And
other
special
times.
stuff that pops in, so you got to kind of pay attention to it. Or
It's
you're gonna miss
given
out.
my dad a lot of conversation starters with me. He'll call me to talk
Well,
about his meat, and
the meat's good.
he changes his box every time. He's really gotten into the spirit of getting different. This time we did.
It's kind of like hunting, right?
He's hunting, but
Uh-huh,
humanely.
but-
That's what it is. That's
he
where he's
did
connected to
shrimp, 2 pounds of shrimp. He did hamburger. He did steak and something else. Those thick cut pork chops, I think.
Those are pretty solid.
Oh, and salmon. Yeah.
Meat's also something that you can stockpile. You can, because it lasts for a couple months. Put it in your
Especially as
freezer,
the end of
you
the
can
world
build it up.
comes, you should be having.
You've got right.
Yeah. So skip the grocery store and just have this brought to your house. You can sign up today at butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus. You get free chicken wings for a year. See, it was a drumstick, like a caveman. That's 3 pounds of free range organic chicken wings for free in every order for an entire year when you sign up at butcherbox.com/Titus and use promo code Titus.
And I can say this: there's stuff that we got those chicken thighs. I took those to the cabin when my son and I went up and fixed it, and they were great. It was just great. I cooked them, and it's guys. Listen, we always stand behind the products that we promote on the show. But I'll tell you this: ButcherBox, Harry's, all these products we brought up today are literally like, it's like, it's so fun to be able to not have to make up liking something.
We use it all.
We use it all. With me, I'm not
You're
gonna.
not a good liar.
I'm not good at it.
I stutter. I can't. I gave up years ago because I
lying.
stutter.
My dad programmed me. He was like, you can't get away lying. You can't. You always get caught.
You were probably a great liar. That's why he told you that.
Yeah, he had to put it on my. I'm a comedian, for God's sakes.
Comedian.
Of course, even my comedian.
No, your comedy is brutally honest as well.
Yes, I had a meeting with a network today, our studio, about a show. It went very well. Nothing to announce yet, but let's see if it went well. And the one thing that he said was one of the VPs said, he goes, we watched Carrie and Monsters. He goes,
which is his new show, now on tour. It's
we're
going to be in Philly this weekend. Next weekend, Spokane. The week after that, Appleton, Wisconsin on Wednesday.
Boom.
Milwaukee Improv on Thursday. Madison Comedy on State on Friday. Saturday, last show, Minneapolis, Pantages Theater. Sunday, we're going to Paisley Park.
And then Sunday, we're going to Paisley Park.
I had to change our flights because I forgot.
Yeah, you forgot. And you looked at me so funny because usually you're like, I already booked the flights. This time
I knew that was as when you're married, ones you can win and which ones it's not going to happen.
True.
So that one I conceded. He's been wanting to
go
a long time.
He goes, Carrying Monsters. He goes, I watch it. Which, by the way, this guy's great. And I said that. I go, we were on a Zoom pitch, and he was watching, and I was like, oh my God. And I go, an executive watched an entire comedy. Oh my God. And how did I know he watched it? Because he brought up the bit about my sister. He goes,
knew, which is deep into the show.
It's way deep in the show. And he goes, I don't know how you did that. You made me sad. You made me upset. And then you made me think, and then you pulled me out of it funny. And I said, well, that's what I'm going to do at the show that I'm pitching. And it was like, okay. But it was so good to have someone give a shit. You work your ass off. You with your music, you with your comedy, you work your ass off to do something good, to have someone notice. And this guy picked the one piece that I call a comedic triple backflip. I pull. You've seen it. As I pull that shit off,
it's impossible.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that even I was like, I remember the first time doing it, I was like, I'm going to get punched. I'm getting punched for this.
Well, the thing about you is it's true. It's your life. It's things that have happened to you, so you can't deny it. You know? My dad was just talking about that when I was in the car in the parking lot for so long, that talking about someone else that married into our family that has chosen not to learn from their past and be better, but has instead traumatized their own kids in that same way.
Supercharged the nightmare.
And Dad was saying that nobody can say anything because of you. I mean, what you've been through, and then to do comedy about it and not be. Dad said he could have been in prison or on drugs. Everybody would have understood.
When we did the Salvation Army benefit, I said that I was like, this could be for me. With a couple wrong turns, this benefit, totally. I could be benefiting from the benefit.
Totally. And Shannon came out. Shannon's so good too. It's amazing.
She had she was with her mom all the time. Her mom was very, very solid.
Yeah, you didn't have that.
I didn't have that. Mom, I had a grandma, and I had your mom.
Yeah,
I know what moms are.
You were the apple of Grandma Jean's eye.
I miss her so much. Guys, I want you to have a good holiday. Start doing it now. Here's the thing. I always wait to buy Christmas presents. What I started doing it now. and I'm already ahead a little bit. I'm still going to be screwed.
Honestly,
on the 23rd, I'm gonna be like,
oh yeah, I'm screwed too. But honestly, all of the stuff we talked about today, Butcher Box, awesome gift to give someone. I gave that to my dad for Father's Day. AG1, awesome gift. Gave that to my sister. HelloFresh, awesome gift. People are going to call you after the first week and be like, what in the hell?
And you should get it for what's going on.
And Harry's, you can fill stockings up for minimal amount of money, and their holiday box is out, and it's all sleek black, steel looking,
nice different price points.
So super sweet
for the not so close family.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I don't like you, you're not getting meat.
And now, everybody, it's time for Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. It's Highlanders Fun Facts.
Yeah,
right on time. Very nice.
It only took us a year to get that.
Yeah.
Well, that's questionable.
Do you guys know, this is going to be a trivia question, where the symbols for the Democrats and the Republicans came from? So the donkey and the elephant.
No, I've always wondered about that.
I totally learned this in poli-sci.
Yeah. So
I didn't go to college, so I'm way stupid.
I knew it was from political cartoons from the 1800s, which is true. But why? Right?
Yeah, but why?
So the now famous Democratic donkey was first associated with Democrat Andrew Jackson because his opponents called him a jackass. So therefore, the donkey.
Andrew Jackson was one of the worst human beings.
Totally.
Really, and that's
why they called him a jackass.
We need to rebrand this.
So he decided, kind of like what Biden has done, he decided to use that jackass as his
Dark Brandon,
and use it as the strong-willed animal that he called it on his campaign posters.
That's awesome.
So the same cartoonist also drew the donkey dressed in lion's clothing, scaring all these animals at the zoo. And one of them was the elephant. And that elephant was labeled the Republican vote.
So this came from a fucking
comic book.
That's cool. And it stuck.
And it's stuck forever.
It's gonna stick.
So today the Democrats, they say,
that's so weird to look at that and go, that's nothing.
Yeah,
like it means nothing.
Right.
Some cartoonist mocking, some political cartoonist just drew that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they're like, that's us. We're taking that.
Fucking Stan Lee drew,
Wow.
That's a geek.
Now, you know what that was? Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. Actually, Highlanders Fun Facts.
Yeah.
It actually was.
Yeah, that was finally fun.
That's my best fun fact. That's my happiest
and it was
fun.
Relevant to
what
the
we just talked about.
podcast and yay.
Guys, thanks for listening again. I'll be in Philly this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Next week, we will be in Spokane, Washington. The week after, Appleton, Madison, Milwaukee, Minneapolis. And then we're off for the year. We're going to have an amazing Christmas. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Go to the website, ChristopherTitus.com. Go to, by the way.
We're having a big sale this week for holiday sale.
Yep.
50% off everything in my store and his store.
Yeah, so if you still have a DVD player, you want DVDs, you can get the box set for somebody. If you know people that still, because around the country.
You got to use code Titus Bradley 50.
Titus Bradley 50.
Check out.
Titus Bradley 50.
Yes. I like that he came up with a code that we won't fight about.
Exactly. Except he put you first.
I've been here long enough.
Yeah, but your name's not Bradley, it's Titus. What? You're married into...
Yeah, but you...
Oh, so actually I have my names put twice. So I win.
There you go.
See, for
damn
you.
It! Okay, it's for Rachel Titus Bradley. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We will see you. You can go to Christopher Titus TV. All my specials are up there. You know what? I just watched, because I had to work on this pitch for something. I watched Born with a Defect again. You can cast it from your computer to your TV. It's solid, man. I look back at some of my old stuff. I'm like, oh, I used to be good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
Really one used to be.